How y'all doing, family? It's Monday, baby. It's Monday. The sun came out. You had to get up. You have to go to work. There's things we have to do. And life will move on. But how can we move on with a weekend like this? With a week like this? It started with the Garlic Festival last weekend and led into El Paso, Dayton, and Chicago. All of that wrapped up in such little time. It's an impact that's pretty devastating to all of us. But here we are, stuck on Monday, having to go to work, face this shit. We have to go on with your job, with your life. But during that time, we all need to pause. We all need to stop and think about what we're doing in this country, about what we're allowing to happen, and that's what I'm getting at. What we're allowing to happen, what we're allowing to continue in this country. That ignorant fool that lives in our house, the disgusting racist asshole, the bigoted monster that lives in our White House, stumbled out this morning to make a statement in some sort of drugged up state. I tell you, if you listen to him, boy, you can hear that breathing again. He's got it in that nose. He's got to get that all the time up in. What are you shoving up the nose there, Donnie? But he was medicated this morning. You could tell it. He didn't come out with his usual flamboyant shit. No, he was very subdued, baby. Nice to know that the man that sits in our house has to be sedated. In other that he won't make a fool out of himself. But that didn't stop him. He made an idiot out of himself anyway. He couldn't even remember the names of the city. He remembered El Paso. And what's that other one? Toledo? Are you shitting me? The scumbag that lives in our house can't even remember the name Dayton? With 9 dead? No, he can't remember. He's drugged up. Somebody gave him a little drugs to keep him in line, to make the little monkey shut his mouth. Came out there and blamed it on everything, baby. Video games. It's in violent video games, yeah? They got them video games all over the world there, Donnie boy. You little idiot. You want to come out and sell the same old bullshit line from the NRA that's been pounded upon this country for years? Are you shitting me? Video games. Real original there, Donnie the dictator. Yeah, video games. Mental illness. That's the reason. Let me tell you something, people. There is no mental illness that causes racism. There's no mental illness that causes hatred and a division among people. No. That's not mental illness. That's a selling point, baby. And that's Donnie's selling point. And it's his minions that go to those rallies, that eat that shit up, that come up with neat little chants to play favor with their glorious leader up there. The internet, baby, that's what's doing it. It's the internet. It's the ability for people to know shit. That's what caused it. In a climate that promotes violence. You sanctimonious piece of shit. A climate that promotes... What are you talking about, Donnie? One of your rallies where you're telling people, oh, if you punch that guy, don't worry about it, I'll pay the bill? You know what used to happen to those people? They used to be carried out of here on a stretcher. Shoot the immigrants? Oh, only here in the Panhandle can you do it. No, he's a moron. He is an actor trying to play the part like he's on some stupid reality show where he comes from, where he's tied to. The only thing Donnie cares about are his ratings and his money. That's it, baby. He came out with a tweet this morning. He said news coverage has got to start being fair, balanced, and unbiased, or these terrible problems will only get worse. What are you doing, Donnie? Threatening the whole country if we don't start bowing down and not telling the truth? That maybe you'll call off your hoarding white nationalist assholes? Have no fear. He is their leader, baby. He is the cockroach that leads all these other cockroaches. He is the grand wizard, or whatever you want to call him. He gets out there in front of the camera every time you see him speaking. And all the time he's throwing his fingers up like that. That's that white pride shit that he signals all the time, in my opinion. Somebody ought to slap him. We need that. He needed slapping law, even with his ass. We need that. That way you could walk up and slap the shit out of him. Like we all wish we could when he utters such evil and disgusting shit out of his mouth. He even offered a deal, baby. He offered it a deal. Maybe I'll give you gun legislation for a little immigration legislation. Are you shitting me? Is this let's make a deal? How much money are we talking about here, Donnie? What are we talking about? You want them a barbed wire on top of the wall? How about some razor blades up there too, buddy? He wants to make a deal on people's lives, baby. Death toll in El Paso's up to 22 now. 2 more died today. It is the Republicans. It is the Republicans that enable this man. It is the people that show up at his rallies and chant shit that enable this disgusting excuse for a human being to be in our house, to defile our house, to degrade our country. You go to a rally of his, baby, I don't look at you the same way. No, You're promoting that shit that comes out of his mouth. The racist hatred, the division that comes out of his mouth. You support that shit. It's not just him. It's other leaders. They're called leaders. Some of them don't deserve that. None of them deserve that title. Mitch McConnell, the leader of the Senate, he is not a leader. He is a disgrace to the institution he serves. Moscow Mitch, how about Massacre Mitch? Because he's standing on gun legislation that was passed in the House. Background checks. Little things that could start a wall rolling. Get it done. But no, Mitch McConnell, Massacre Mitch, says no, baby. No. The NRA is more important to Mitch McConnell than your poor little dead kids. That man is standing in the way of gun legislation, of election protection legislation, of a lot of legislation, because Mitch McConnell has been doing this shit ever since Obama was elected. First, he obstructed everything Obama tried to do. He denied everything he could. And then when his racist, misogynistic, bigoted asshole buddy, Donnie, gets in office, he obstructs everything the Democrats are trying to do. He's nothing but an obstruction of justice himself. Him and his wife, money-grubbing people, that's all they are, baby. Mitch, what is that? The Treasury guy. That guy whose wife loves to rub her face all over the money. That guy. It's disgusting oligarchs to this wannabe dictator. That's who they are. They are not serving the people. Barr, William Barr, are you shitting me? No, baby, he is going to be the oligarch of justice with the authority of Donnie. That's what we're looking at, baby. Brought to you by Putin, baby. Brought to you by Russia. The backers of Donnie. The ones that got him elected into office. The ones that really wanted him. And the Republican Party stands by while the destruction of this country goes on and on a daily basis. They have no courage, they have no morality, and they have no integrity. How many more are going to announce their retirement this time before the election comes up in 2020? How many more Republicans will go, oh, you know, I'm going to go spend some time with my family. Oh, I got this other job offer. Some sad excuse to walk out the door without saying shit. How about it, Michael Cloud, my congressman? Where is he? Where is he? The last time I saw his ass, he was all giddy getting a photograph with Donnie. My congressman isn't doing shit. What's yours doing? Well, if you live in a district like mine, he ain't doing shit. Figuring out some way to come out and blame everything in the world except the leader they have of their party. That's where it lays, baby. That's where all of this lays. The buck stops in the head office, doesn't it? Some men used to have integrity. That was the same. The buck stops here. Whatever's happening, I'll take responsibility for it. We'll fix it. That's not the word you hear out of this scumbag, this disgusting turd of a man who conned his way in there, who was a disgrace before he got in the office, with his draft dodging, his porn star wife and everything else, his little money grubbing kids. You think that paints a good picture of America? You think that's what standing up for the working man looks like? Because if you do, then let me be the first one to stand up and say you are so ignorant it hurts. To buy into all the bullshit that he's ever done in his life. His businesses were disgraceful. He's a Russian hack. That's who saved his ass. Russia saved his ass, bailed his ass out with money. He owes them. And this is the price, baby. The destruction of our society from within. That's what Russia wants, baby. Let us kill each other. Let us turn on each other. That's the plan. That'll do it, huh, Steve Miller? Let's get all that shit going, huh? McCarthy, what chief of staff? What a worthless piece of crap you are. I want to read you part of what integrity looks like. I want to read you part of what honesty and compassion and love for country sounds like, because we don't hear it from the Republican Party. So we need to hear it from the words of our own ex-president, President Obama. You remember when there was no disgrace in our house, when there was no racism and hatred coming out of our house. We had a man with integrity. And this is what part. And I encourage you to go read all of it. We should soundly reject language coming out of the mouths of any of our leaders that feeds a climate of fear and hatred or normalizes racist sentiments. Leaders who demonize those who don't look like us or suggest that other people, including immigrants, threaten our way of life, or refer to other people as subhumans, or imply that America belongs to just one certain type of people. It's time for the overwhelming majority of Americans of goodwill of every race and faith and political parties to say as much clearly and unequivocally. I think that's pretty damn powerful. What I hear is that we should all stand. We should all be in the streets demanding the removal of the piece of scum that keeps attacking our country, that promotes the shit we saw in El Paso. That shooting, that was right out of Donnie, baby. That was brought to you by Donnie the dictator. He has blood on his hands on this. And he's trying to wipe it off with video games or other bullshit that a con man would try to sell you. But don't forget, baby, that's the same con the Republican Party has been spouting for years. It's the same con the NRA has been selling for years. It's a bought and paid for statement, baby. We can stop this. That's what Obama is telling us, baby. That's what Obama is telling us. There are so many people telling us so many things that it's right in front of our face. Everything is in front of our face. We see it all. If we had confidence that the president clearly did not commit a crime, we would have said so. Robert Mueller. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Connie Burnett and Tamara Harrington, the Blue Dot Sisters up in Elmhurst, Illinois, who sent me this shirt today. I appreciate it. I wanted to get that out of my mind before I delved into the family business, baby. And she also sent a book for Mama, Heart Talk, Poetic Wisdom for a Better Life by Cleo Wade, and in a card that had a nice donation in it, and a thank you for the work I do, and to keep the Blue Dot family going. And we are all living in such a stressful time. Please take time to enjoy some of the goodness in life. And baby, that's what I'm doing right now. The goodness of this family, this Blue Dot family that we have built up. I say we, baby. It's not just me, baby. This is all of us connecting out there, talking to each other, getting involved in things that we need to be involved in. If it's just a conversation, that's good, baby. That's what it needs to be. All around this country, a conversation needs to be had about the truth, baby, about what's laying in front of us, what we see on the news every day, the hate, the division that he tries to sow. We see it all, baby. But Mama's going to enjoy her book, and we enjoy the donation. So I appreciate that much, and I like the shirt, baby. I'm going to wear this one to town. Then I got a letter from Denise Taggart in Oakland, California. No, she's in Concord, California. I'm sorry. And she added a nice little card. Some people are thought about often and always with a smile. And she says that our hearts are saddened, our brains confused, terror at our cherished garlic festival. I am so tired of making rest in peace signs. A time for every purpose under the sun with a question mark, baby. Well, Denise, baby, that's what the song says. But there is a time for us to stand up and say something, and it's now, baby. The time is now. The time has never been more important than now, as we watch our country go into a shithole with this asshole in there. Also got a suspicious letter from some guy who is name's Lone Wolf from an undisclosed location in somewhere in the United States with some very impressive plans that him and Travis had talked to about a dome building being built, and we appreciate that. He sent a very nice donation. And I was so tickled to death to meet him up in San Antonio during our Blue Dot meeting with him and Robert Elsner and Dennis Valadez, everybody that was up there. And then Janet Gibbons sent me a sticker. It says, "Close Trump camps." That's what it says on there. That's the legacy of Donald Trump. That's what he's selling, baby. Trump camps, concentration camps, for them terrible immigrants, those Hispanics. Isn't that what the shooter said? Didn't want to offend anybody with any other language or anything. He wanted to be very precise in his little letter for his manifesto bullshit. And then I got a letter or a note from Marshall Cockney from Riverdale, Georgia, and a bit of support. He says, "I'm sending a small donation. Good work on followers of True Patriots. Let's make America great again," really, or in that sentiment. He wants to make America back when we had a decent man in the White House. And he want to ride our brand, baby. So we appreciate it very much. Marshall, I'll be contacting you at that email address, buddy. We really appreciate that, and part of the family, baby. And That's what this is about. That's why I wanted to save it to the end, because we have built up a family here. This is a family that reaches up into 17,000, over 10,000 on YouTube, baby. We're not millions of millions, but we're a large chunk here, baby. And the word needs to be keep pushing out. We need to be in the street, baby. There's several other groups that are trying to put together a national march, baby, and I'm all for that shit. We need one. I think it's one in September or something like that. We need to be in the street, all of it's en masse, to try to remove the stain from our house, this disgrace that goes on every day. We cannot let this stand. This is the lives of our fellow Americans that pay the price every day for his racism and his hatred. We need lawmakers in our house that will stand up to gun lobbies and gun manufacturers and get weapons of war off our street. And end the sick love affair that they have. Anybody who spouts the Second Amendment to me, I'm just looking at you like you're an idiot. That you're a disgrace. That's what you want to protect is, oh my God, protect my gun. To hell with everybody else's life. The most important thing is he has his right to his gun. That's what he thinks America is. A place where you can shoot people. That's not the America I want. It's not the America you want. So we need to make Mr. Right-wing nut job a minority, a very small minority, pushing back in the holes, along with the white nationalist cockroaches, and put them all back in their place. And it's not going to happen until we get that disgusting piece of crap out of our house. So that's number one. Mitch McConnell's got to go, baby. He's a disgrace to humanity, along with his boss. And we can go right on down the list in the Republican Party of the cowards that refuse to stand up to him. That by their silence are complicit in this shit. Don't go to his rallies. Don't give him the attention that he so wants so bad. Tell him to kiss your ass like I do every damn day of my life. Donnie, the dictator, can kiss my ass. He's a disgusting con man. Married to a porn star who is just all up in there with greedy little kids who don't know the meaning of a damn thing. Except money, baby. Got lots of money, Daddy? Can I spend lots of money, Daddy? Huh? Daddy, can I go to the UN? Can I go and mingle with all the world leaders, Daddy? Why, yes, daughter, go ahead. How low can we stoop in this nation to allow that shit to go on? I'm looking at the wrong camera. I hit the wrong button. Don't tell me. Yeah, that's that camera. Oh, there you are. I was looking at the wrong place. I thought you was over there. No, that's a microphone. I'm telling you, my eyes are getting bad. Anyway, family, I'm telling you, baby. We have so much to do, and it's us, baby. It's a we thing. We can change this. We are the ink and the pen. We are the ones that decide what is written. And this is a dark, dark chapter that's being written in the majority. Like Mr. Obama says, like the president said, those of goodwill need to stand up. So stand up, be proud. Take the things back from the Republican Party that they stole like everything else. Like patriotism, like love of country, like love of your fellow American. Love that shit. Because the Republicans shit on it every day. So take pride in that. That we stand together, unified, diverse, with room for everybody. And more room to spare, baby. Anyway, y'all take it easy. We'll be at Blue Dot Family Live meeting tomorrow night. 7:30, I reckon. Come by. We're still held up on the YouTube. We cannot go live on YouTube because CNN slapped us down, and that's going to hurt us for a while. And so we're really relying on those that give to our Patreon and those that make the donations, baby. It's what keeps this going. It's what allows us. The good grace of our family is allowing us to continue this. And if you feel it's worthy, then I ask you to go ahead to Patreon, donate $1 a month, baby. It goes a long way to keep us on the air and keep the message going. Anyway, I don't like doing that shit. Like, share, subscribe. John Bertaville, Blue Dot in Texas on YouTube. John Britavo on Facebook. John Britavo Speaks, Blue Dot Family. Go by there, join the family, get involved. Don't forget to do a Moscow Mitch postcard to get in that contest they're having over there. I'm sure Mitch McConnell would just love getting a postcard with his nickname. Maybe put, Massacre Mitch on there too, and see how he feels about that shit. On Twitter, at Blue Dot in Texas, out my truck window and anywhere else. Y'all take it easy. We'll see you tomorrow, baby. Bye-bye.